first guest tonight, I think, is one of the most amusing people in the entire world. He's a fine actor also. Would you welcome Mr. Dom Deluise?
How are you?
Somebody said, were you scrambling around, getting dressed or something?
I'll show you. They came to my room like this. And I opened the door, they said, "You're on." And you see how composed I am? I'll show you what I looked like. When they said, "You're on," I was like this. They went, "No, I'm not."
I saw this
weird...
I
waited in the back there.
I saw this weird signal here when I was ready to introduce you.
You know, because you do use makeup.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to in color television.
In color television. And my jacket was off. And then Fred said, "Go out there like that, it's funny." So I undressed now, nobody's laughing. At home, my wife laughs a lot when I undress.
I see. Well, it's good to see you again.
Yes, it's good to see you. I feel like I'm with you all the time because, I mean, you know, I see you from my bedroom, as it were.
Yes.
Hello, Doc.
Or as it is.
As it is.
You have television set in the bedroom?
Sure. I figure my wife takes a nap and I have something to do, you know? Yes, we do. You know, I think it's very nice because sometimes if the children are ill, they say, "Can I sit in your bed and watch TV?" And we let them sit up on the big pillow, and they watch TV in the afternoon. So it's very nice.
That's good.
And it's nice to have a separate room where you can go and watch a little, if you want.
Well,
I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world to have your bed where you might be making love to your wife and a television set, you know? I mean, you know, I think that's not a good indication of
I think it depends on the show that's on. If it's Let's Make a Deal, you know. Or something like that, you know, yes, that would fit in.
Or your wife, I guess.
Yeah. You haven't been here since, where were you during this last earthquake? It wasn't a very big one, but I don't think I've seen you since then.
It was big enough for me. Listen, I'm from Brooklyn. You know, we have I was in bed, and I lie down. I sleep in a lot of positions. Take my word for it. And my wife, just put your arm out like that. The first earthquake, my wife did this. She was also, she went, "Ah!" Now, I have to just clue you in that I was resting, and my wife went, "Ah!" I woke up right away. Not from the, and I don't sleep in pajamas or anything.
Acapella,
just a shawl.
And a rosebud, I suppose, over the ear, of course.
So I woke up and I said, "What is it?" Because I didn't feel the shaking so much as the grabbing, you know. And we all got up. It was 6:40, whatever it was, and I'm running around the house. Nancy is our dog. She was barking, you know.
Dogs, for some reason, can sense earthquakes, even before it happens.
Right. Went into the bedroom, and Michael said, "Somebody shook my bed," he said. That was Michael. He's 3 years old. Couldn't find Peter, so I ran around. I don't know why you want to just count heads, you know. And there he was, in the head is where he was, strangely enough. He was in the bathroom, and he said, "Daddy, I just went to the bathroom, and I flushed," and he said, "I think I did it." You know, he was responsible. He says, "No, it wasn't you." I said, "That we all felt it everywhere, you know. California shook a little, you know." And he said, "No, I did it, Dad, I did it." So all through my son's life now, every time he goes like that, he's going to hold on to the wall, anticipating, you know, the possible...
When he grows up in a psychiatrist, if he ever has to go to a psychiatrist, well, see, is there any great trauma? Yes, I flushed the toilet once.
And the whole house shook. But really, you know. And then we're not so good on our pictures. We don't keep pictures straight in our house. We have children that reach up and they touch one and there's a chain reaction. But in California, you cannot keep up with the pictures straight. You know, every one of my pictures go, it's just, and they stay like that.
You just might as well leave them for the next week. They'll straighten around. The next week will straighten them up.
But it's,
you've got 3 boys, right?
3 boys.
So do I. Yeah, mine are grown.
Oh, yeah, mine are not grown. And I'm very happy for you.
It ain't easy.
I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but
you were less ready than you thought, weren't you?
Jeez.
Yes, you certainly were getting dressed, weren't you?
I really was. That's
sorry about that. You can have a girl. They always ask this question.
Well,
Father always wants a boy first. I don't know why. The male ego.
I was thrilled with the first boy.
And then everybody says you gotta have a little girl, don't they?
Then I expected a girl, and we had a boy, and I was in the room when my wife gave birth to David. And I was right in there. It was really terrific because we did it naturally, you know, without any, we socked my wife, that's all. It's the only anesthetic. No, the baby came out beautifully, and she's very relaxed, and she did a terrific job. But the doctor held the legs and saw the equipment and said, "Oh, dog," that's what he said. You know, when he saw the equipment. I was happy the baby was...
A girl.
A girl.
Boy.
No, it was a boy. When I say equipment, I meant boy equipment. You know, it was thrilling, and for some reason, well, the baby went to the bathroom as soon as he hit the air, you know? He said, "I'm here!" And the doctor was getting it. It's a wonderful moment, you know? You have mixed emotions, you know?
And then, how about the third one?
The third one,
really
that was what I'm saying. In other words, we were sure it was going to be a girl.
Yeah.
And then when there he was, David was
yeah, well, that was the third one.
Yeah.
Well, you
and
can't blame your wife, you know.
No, I know I'm the one that
sex
does.
is determined by the...
Yeah, but people keep sending me things in the mail. You know, Reader's Digest had an article, you know, make sure you know, have whatever you want, or whatever. I don't know. It's very hard for me to have it when my wife is 102 temperature, you know? I mean, because I'm not that, I'm a little more passionate than that, or a little more impulsive than. You know, you have to take the temperature and do it early in the cycle. It's really difficult.
I understand.
You know that there is a... Can you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. That's to determine, I guess, the greatest degree of ovulation at that particular time of the month, and they do it by temperature.
Earlier or later. I don't want to get into it. I feel it's, I don't know. I think we're just going to adopt a girl about 17, 18 years old, you know what I mean? Save a lot of time, you know, especially if she's toilet trained. That would be wonderful. Of course, mine are young now. See, mine are 6. Peter does, he's a...
You've read all the books on that, though, of course. Do not force the child, you know.
To go to the bathroom?
Too early.
They don't have to. My wife goes whenever she wants.
No, I mean the children.
Oh, the children. Oh, yes. No, they learn from the older one. We trained the older one a little bit. Maybe a little bit. We showed him. Here it is. There's the bathroom, you know. Lots of luck. And he got onto it. And the other boys, they just learn. You don't have to do anything except feed them a little bit. And they seem to want to do it all, the young kids. I really love my children a lot. They're a great source of joy for me.
Really? Oh, that's good.
I like sitting here with you boys also. But,
if you had your druthers, you'd rather be home with your children, wouldn't you?
My son was taking a bath the other day, and my wife and I were sitting in there, and we were all... I spoke to him, and I said, "Let's talk about life, you know." And he said, "Okay." And he's 6 years old. He had just been to Disneyland, and he was very tired, but very enthusiastic. And I said, "Do you think you'll get married?" He said, "No way." I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, I just don't want to go around kissing somebody I don't know." And I said, "Well, you'll kiss them before you get married. You'll kiss the girl that you're going to marry before you..." He said, "I don't think so." He said, "I don't want that." And he just went, "Ugh," you know. But I'm sure he'll grow out of it, right?
Oh, yes. Probably about 7. Yeah, about 7 or 8. That's fun, though. But you probably have more.
I don't know. I don't know. There's so much work that I really don't know about that.
There really are.
See, I don't have little babies that you can pick up. I mean, you gotta brace yourself so you don't get a hernia. Hello! Yeah. All my sons are really big. I mean, David's a truck driver, you know? I mean, he eats.
Yeah.
He eats like you wouldn't believe.
What do you do besides go to Disneyland?
For fun?
Yeah. Do they like sport? Well, they're too young for
I go, like,
sport.
one of the things we did was we swam for like 3 hours. I'm crazy about that. And my children trust me. I throw them in the water, you know. Let them swim. No.
Do they know how to swim yet?
They all do, yeah. Even the baby. If I drop the baby in the water, he's only a year old. He will swim, and then I'll gently take him out. But I let him go, see?
Yeah, there are teachers who think that a year or year and a half is not too early to start because children have absolutely no fear and they'll swim naturally.
We don't have a pool. That scares me a little bit, you know.
You don't have a pool?
No, that's why it's so hard to go swimming for us. We have a lot of friends, though.
Oh, I see. I couldn't understand that. You said you dropped him in the pool and you didn't have a pool right away. That's a bad move.
Yeah, no, that's... Okay.
Right.
It's good.
Do you know why there are no polar bears at the Antarctic? I don't know whether you...
Yeah, because... we're still on the air?
Yeah.
Because I got a terrific answer for that.
Well, you're a big help. I did not know that before, but I think there are polar bears at the Arctic Circle, but there are none at the Antarctic, which is rather interesting.
Because they can't go... No, I don't know.
No, I don't know either. We'll find
did
out.
you think I knew when I came out?
No.
Oh, because... I could have looked this up.
I know. I thought maybe you'd have heard me back there and you'd come in with a great answer saying, well, because of the geographical so forth of the continent drift or something like that.
It is. That's exactly what it is, the continent drift. That gets caught in their fern. And they die off that way. You know.
And they don't want to be there between the ice. We have to do something here.
It gets all stuck together.
We have a gentleman who's coming out, Mr. Bruno Vegliati, with some fascinating film, underwater footage. Great stuff.
Oh, that's the only way to get it.
Just to get under the water,
Sure.
of course. Yes, you try to get that underwater film without going under there, and right away you've got to
hurt your nose.
That's right.
Can I say that I use that?
Well, if you really use it.
I certainly do use it. And my address is...
You got a cold that's keeping you up tonight. Here's a word about Vicks NyQuil, nighttime cold medicine.
I only... I'm in a silly mood, yes.
I can tell.
I feel very good.
That's good.
I feel very fortunate also at this time. I guess I feel fortunate all the time. But I'm very happy with my wife and my kids. My wife's working. It's funny. She's doing a movie she's doing Black Bart with Mel Brooks.
Oh, well, I read the script on that.
And there's so many dirty words in it. It's wonderful. You know, it starts out, whoop.
An insane script.
Oh, it's
insane.
Wonderful.
I saw that.
Marvelous.
You were working here last week, taping a show for a projected new series, right?
Right. And it's called Lots of Luck, which is interesting because I said that before. And Carl Reiner wrote it, and Persky Denoff are producing and also writing it. And it's a wonderful experience for me. It affords me an opportunity to act a little in a set.
And you are a good actor. And I was watching it. You didn't know I was up in the booth when they were
I didn't know
filming it last week, and there's some very, very funny things.
Oh, good.
In there.
Thank you. That's
You're
nice.
very, very skillful when you move and doing the lines and the reactions and
I have
so
a
forth.
fantastic body.
I don't remember saying that. You had fantastic.
Well, I think I can move. I think I like to move around and do. I love props. I'm crazy.
I don't know a comedian who's comedically right who doesn't move funny or can move well when they have to. Not one.
But some people don't like to handle. I like to. See, people come up to me and they say, hey, you're a good cook. And I say, when did you see me cook? And they say, well, we saw you cutting celery, in midair on the Dean Martin show. And I said, well, I knew how you handle that knife, And I really do. I happen to cook. But I like to handle props.
Somebody said you...
Does that throw you to handle props? And that's
Somebody
great.
said you garden. Is that true?
Oh, sure. Radishes like that. One radish like that.
I mean, you really go out and do all that?
Oh, I got tomatoes, terrific tomatoes. You ever tasted tomato from my garden?
No.
You know why? Because none of them came in. No,
none
you know
of
what
them
happened?
came in?
The green bug came. I mean, a green bug as big as my thumb came and said, I'll take one of those. And he got like this. And I said, would you get out of here? I didn't know what to do. Somebody said you have to plant garlic, plant onions. I didn't know that. So I was just yelling at them, leave my tomatoes alone. They didn't understand at all.
Didn't you spray anything, Don?
Finally, I sprayed. I was trying to be a natural person there, using raw milk and all that. It's impossible. It's really hard to get tomatoes because they were eating them green. I was saying, let them get pink at least. Finally, I got some dust, and then, they died, and then we ate the tomatoes, then we died. It's very hard.
That's weird.
Cucuzzo also. You know what that is? I said it quickly because I'm Italian. Zucchini.
Zucchini? Oh, I can move.
Oh. Don't you like zucchini?
No.
You know what?
Nor
before
broccoli.
The zucchini,
Nor broccoli.
Or broccoli?
No.
My God, how do you get gas? I'm crazy about vegetables. See, I love it.
No, I like vegetables. I just don't like broccoli. I don't know. It's like liver. There are two things that
liver. A lot of people
that I cannot eat. Broccoli is one of them, and liver is another.
Oh.
They have not yet been able to disguise liver, to hide it. I always like these people say, have you ever had it sautéed with little breadcrumbs?
You just don't like
oregano.
Even chicken livers, you don't
Makes no difference what they do with it.
You like liver, whatchamacallit?
It's like eating
chopped
mud.
Liver. Mud?
It's the closest I can put it to it, like baked mud.
All the livers are going to get together and really just...
It has the consistency of baked mud. And somebody say, hey, you got to go to the so-and-so restaurant and see Andre prepare it. And you come in and all this stuff, and you can't tell, and I bite it. Liver!
Liver!
Right away.
See,
the guy's not even out of the kitchen with a tray, and I know it's liver.
Well, then you should, but it's good for you. It's very healthy,
There are lots of things you could eat.
A lot of iron and stuff in there. My mother-in-law takes it and grinds it up, which already is, you shouldn't do to liver. And then makes something called lever glaze, which is a meatball. and she drops it in chicken soup. And when you taste it, it's like a mud ball.
You see? A baked mud ball with chicken on it. Of course.
But I like it. I like all that stuff.
See how many people think that same thing about
Well, I mean,
liver?
livers, unfortunately. Tripe, I can't eat tripe. Once I was in France, and I don't know French at all. I know a few of the moves, but I said, I'll have that. And the man said, you really want that? And I said, and they brought me tripe. A big bowl of tripe. That's awful. That's the stomach lining of a cow you never met. Just laying there. Oh, it's awful. That's really bad.
Did you?
I sent that back. Oh, I sent it back. I said, take it away. It looked like a
This
sponge.
tripe isn't done well.
Yes.
Like you should have,
Oh, no, I couldn't say that. No, I cut it, and it fell up. It looked like a science fiction movie. Really, it looked like you walked through it. It was terrible. But other than that, I can eat brains.
What?
Brains. Brains are terrific.
I know they're good, but I have not been able to quite tackle that.
You don't just suck it out of somebody's head.
I know that. You see, if somebody didn't tell me, that's the whole idea.
Brains, you know from the mud, it's as clear as anything. It goes, oh, blah. All of a sudden, you eat the brains, it goes blunk, because it's very soft.
Ugh, no.
My father used to eat kabutzel. You know what that is? Well, kaba in Italian means head, and kabutzel means little head. And they used to kill the lamb or whatever, and then you go to the store and you say, 1 kabutzel, please, and the man would put it in a bag, and then you baste it and cook it, and right on the dish is a head. It's been skinned. And my father would just eat that. He says, you want the cheek? And I'd say, no. And he would say, you take the pleasure from the eating.
Even liver is starting to sound good. After that.
No.
Liver is...
No, in the New York... Wait a minute. In the New York Times cookbook, it says, kabutzel, it says, if you can stand looking at it, it might be terrific. Because you do eat tongue.
I don't like to eat anything that looking at.
Don't you eat tongue? A tongue sandwich. How about just a small little kiss?
Yes, that's...
All right, tongue, and you eat a meat that's close to the bone.
Well, I know that.
It's a little close, though, to the eyes, I don't like them looking at me, when you're eating somebody's cheek, you don't want them just saying, It's very hard.
It all has to do with your cultural upbringing.
It has to do with your cultural upbringing, definitely.
In certain places,
listen,
crickets.
I don't like oxtail soup either,
Crickets, are considered a delicacy in certain parts.
Where?
Crickets. In your Oriental countries, crickets.
What do they
toasted,
do with them?
They toast them.
Oh, that's
What else would you do with a cricket?
I don't know. I have
roast
no
it.
idea.
I mean, it's so small. Preheat your oven for half a second. You don't put it in. You can't roast them. They're too small. You toast them.
Do you
they
baste
do,
it?
right?
Do you baste the cricket, or do you just...
You can baste it if you want to.
What did you put the whole cricket family in there? And then
No, just you toast them. You take it and say, hey, cricket, and you put it on a thing. And they're a delicacy. Not here.
No, not here.
You can buy them here in those gourmet stores in little jars.
Yes, that's right. Grasshoppers you can eat, too.
That's right.
But I don't know if that's good for you. If broccoli gives you gas, you can imagine what grasshoppers and crickets do. The running hops.
Yes. All right. Boy, that certainly killed my appetite for tonight, I want to tell you. When you're shopping for fabric, look for Arnell, the easy care fashion fabric made by Celanese.